Damon Dash owes me approximately $74,000 in change in lawyer fees, and I was hopeful to have collected today. A small country girl from North Carolina, I attended one of his seminars, and I put up money for him to produce a film. He subsequently stole the film. I took him to court in Southern District here in Manhattan and won a $300,000 judgment. I was paid. Then he filed a retaliatory lawsuit for $1 million against me for a book cover, which he also lost and appealed, which left me with about $80,000 in debt and lawyer fees. So I would like to, I'm a working woman, I'd like to recoup those.
Right. And the bid was $1 million.
The bid was $1 million.
So do you think you'll be able to recover anything at all?
Not from this auction, because there are so many debtors in front of me, to include child support, unfortunately. So that said, I don't think I'll get a dime from this effort.
As we all know, 1/3 of Rockefeller Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of offers. I don't know if people are hummer stunting, you know, or not. We'll see who shows up. But I definitely got some very healthy offers, and I appreciate those. And, you know, obviously, if someone's trying to hate on the price or trying to devalue it, it would be because they want to buy it, you know, like a first right of refusal. So if you do want to buy 1/3 of Rockefeller Inc., you are going to have to bring some bread. And anything over 10 million, I'm going to sweeten the pot. You get an original Rockefeller chain from off my neck. So, you know, I say, because I was the only one that gave out Rockefeller chains when Rockefeller really existed. If I don't give you the chain, it's not a legit Rockefeller chain. You get one of these, this is legit. This is the old school one from off my neck.
All right, it's your boy Crit the Blood. I don't know if you guys remember that video from a couple of months ago, but lo and behold, what do you know? We went from 10 million to, I'll explain what it actually went to auction for and bid it for in a second, but $10 million, he lost a lot of that value in court. I can't believe we're at this point with Dame Dash. Many people looked up to him. It was polarizing personality because many people didn't like him either. Maybe didn't say it in front of his face, but behind closed doors, because of his personality, some would say, and arrogance, some others would say, they didn't like this guy. Now, time hasn't been so good to Dame because many people were waiting to see if Jigga was the cause of his success, or was it Dame Dash, the CEO, right? Remember the CEO brand he had? Horrible brand, by the way. It's like, damn, this is why you might want to be humble on your way up, because it hurts you. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Is it over for Dame? He's got a hole to climb out of, only getting this much. Take a look at this clip from The Breakfast Club many years ago. This was cringeworthy for me, because I feel like as an entrepreneur, you don't down people that aren't entrepreneurs, because you need somebody to work for you if you're a boss. Everybody can't be bosses. One Indian, too many chiefs. I think it's the same. You can't have everybody being a chief. The system doesn't work that way, right? And there's nothing wrong with not being a chief or a boss. Maybe at some point you develop into that. Learn something before you become a boss. You just can't come out the womb being a boss in most cases. You have to be under the mentorship of someone else who is already a boss. That's just my take. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments. Can you just come out the womb being a boss or not?
Don't say you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about. There's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem.
Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own money.
You gotta get a team and make sure that you do what you're supposed to do with your money. I absolutely positively can.
This
full company is not my son's. No,
exactly.
It's not mine. But
wait, stop. If your son needs a job here, can you give it to him? No.
No.
If your son needs to get some money out the bank from here, some cash flow, can he get it?
No.
All right, you don't own this.
But I can take the money from here to invest in myself.
No, it's not yours. I'm not gonna fight for something I don't own. Men don't do that. I don't fight for other niggas. I fight for me. I'm not a doula. I'm not going to build somebody else's company and then take shares so my son can all that.
See, but I'm not
listen, what I'm saying.
But what about taking the money?
You come to work
you
every
took the money
day.
from Def Jam.
Wait, stop. Don't say you're speaking my business and you don't know what you're talking about.
I have to be on top of all these things. Like, this is why I be warning a lot of these folks who be bragging about being their own boss and making their own money via. Well, let's talk about you. Do you feel like you get your props as a mogul, man?
I don't care. I take my props.
Word.
You don't fuck about props. I care. Yeah, I do get my props. I'm not a mogul. I'm a tycoon. I sell oil. Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does, and I put up my own money.
By the way, he literally did try to sell oil. Dame definitely tried to sell oil, ladies and gentlemen. It was, I think, called Dame Motor Oil or something like that. Let me know in the comments below what his motor oil company was called. But, I just think that Dame might have been lucky. And what I mean by that, and I know I'm going to get some flack for that. He might have been lucky because all success takes a level of luck. But if you're able to be lucky multiple times, then the luck factor plays less of a factor in your ability to be successful. And I think with Dame Dash, he had that one, lucky moment where all the stars aligned, the moon, the sun, and everything aligned up with Dame Dash, Jigga, and Kareem Biggs, right? And they took off. But after they split, we have not seen yet, not one business that has been successful for Dame Dash. So you have to, and he's done multiple businesses, from clothing with his ex-wife, the motor oil, I think a spirits company, alcohol company, clothing company. It just goes on. I've missed a lot of them because I'm not following it closely. But let me know if you guys think Dame's situation was just luck. It was just by fluke that everything lined up. Or do you think it wasn't by luck and he just hasn't struck yet? To the contrary, Jigga Man seemed like he got the Midas touch, y'all. Like him or not, a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people have said some shady stuff about him that he's done in the past behind closed doors and not in the limelight. He's not a very loyal guy, they say. But let me know what you guys think about this. Let's take a look at this article because Dame Dash, a couple of days ago, came out the New York Post. Dame Dash, unfortunately, guys, you saw at the beginning, he was asking $10 million. He was getting some favorable numbers. He should have probably took it. Hindsight, of course, 2020. But he was getting offers. They were pretty, he said firm. Maybe not at $10 million. And I'm actually shocked that the price that this third of Rockefeller actually went for. It went for $1 million. His shares, you're telling me a third of the shares went for $1 million. So you're telling me reasonable doubt is only worth $3 million? How did this happen, ladies and gents? And you're going to be shocked at what other bids came in below $1 million. It's just that New York State came in at the $1 million and bought it. Good God Almighty. Dame Dash breaks silence after New York City buys stake in Jay-Z Rockefeller Records. So it says here, the tax deadbeat. Why they got to call him a deadbeat? The tax deadbeat Dame Dash broke his silence over New York State's decision to buy his share of Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records at an auction, saying he was shocked the rap mogul himself didn't put in a bid. Dame Dash, who owes the Empire State $8.7 million in back taxes, also griped during a nearly 2-hour-long podcast that he was shortchanged for years from his share of label profits. And this is true. I know people that are in the music business, and it's a dirty game. Even the royalties that you are supposed to be accumulating, you end up having to hire someone to actually go through and audit these record labels to make sure you get all your money, because many times they don't give you all the money that's owed to you. So this is true. I believe Dame Dash in this situation. He said he wasn't receiving royalties for like the last 10 to 15 years. But on Friday, an anonymous state rep plunked down $1 million for the 1/3 share held in the record label that once produced hits like Hard Knock Life and 99 Problems. Two other bidders, this is what is embarrassing here, came in at $250,000 and $223 million. Officials in Albany reportedly plan to flip their shares to help pay off Dash's tax debt, while the Big Apple expects to recoup another $193,000 he owes in unpaid child support. Man, oh man. What do y'all think? This is a sad, sad day in hip-hop, in my opinion, to see Dame Dash hit such a low. And you got to remember, they sold it for $1 million. He still owes $7.9 million more dollars to the state. And God knows how many other creditors and stuff he owes. I'm not understanding, and I'm shocked that Dame Dash has not filed for bankruptcy just to clear himself from a lot of these debts. Maybe he's already done that. But let me know your thoughts in the section below. I can't believe this has happened. Only $1 million. I even thought it was going to fetch more than that. There were figures going out about $2 million, $3 million. But $1 million, I don't know. How much do you think New York State is going to be able to flip that 1/3 share of Rockefeller for? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here, people. Ha!
Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, streaming from the D, knowing what the show, indicators are on point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living